If you aren't interested or see no personal benefit in listening to what I've prepared for you today, then by all means, cover your ears. Go work on homework from another class or do something that interests you. Why would I force you to do something to do that you don't want to? As brutal as it may sound, since I've started college, I've slowly come to realize that I'm honestly only concerned with myself and my own circumstances. Although my minimal amount of free time may have played into this, I would consider the main cause of this new lifestyle of mine to be an increased focus on myself and what I truly care about. This is known as egoism, and egoism can be defined as the doctrine that human behavior is motivated by self-interest. Likewise, I have no doubt in my mind that each and every one of you have done and will do something pretty seemingly selfish that only benefits yourself. Today I'll discuss the benefits of an egoistic world. I'll help you understand how egoism will increase your motivation to better yourself, and explain how egoists aren't necessarily always looking for self-benefit. Now, first of all, I'm sure you're all wanting to know how egoism will increase your motivation to better yourself, but personally, I'm more interested in first discussing the benefits of an egoistic world. So first off, an egoistic world would benefit everyone. People would use their own efforts as a providing source. With everyone focused on themselves, people would no longer look to others for support, like parents giving their kids money so they can go get gas and hang with their friends, or a friend asking another friend for advice. According to the New York Youth Leader blog, the poor would strive to better themselves instead of depending on others for sustenance, and would seek opportunities in the hopes of what is doing right for themselves. With this being said, this would lead to a major decrease in unemployment, given that all these poor and unemployed people are now motivated and self-motivated to do better and want to become something. And in turn, all these unemployed people looking for jobs, this would also create more jobs, which would create a booming economy. An example of everyone benefiting can be exemplified as an individual going to college out of self-interest. This then leads to a job, keeping them out of welfare, and this benefits everyone else because we won't have to pay for that welfare. Now that you've seen the ways everyone will benefit from egoism, I'll explain the main benefit it has on an individual. So first of all, egoism will increase your motivation to better yourself. When an individual is solely concerned with their own interests and benefits, they settle with nothing but self-improvement. Made simple, this means that if every decision we make is focused on our own benefit, every day will be associated with personal progress. According to Deanne Sherwood of Learning to Give, the American market economy is founded on the assumption that self-interested competing parties will produce the greatest good. The competition in business would be incomparable to anything we've seen in the past, with this being said. Technology and inventions would increase substantially, and just an overall better economy. When we can learn to do things that better ourselves, our self-worth is improved, in turn leading us to strive for more self-improvement. Seeing improvement in any part of life is an addictive feeling, and a domino effect would then take place in our daily progression, which gives our self-worth and value an enormous boost. Though my first 2 points show different ways individuals can benefit from this practice, egoism may sometimes result in the benefit consisting only of others. Egoists aren't necessarily always looking for self-benefit. Just because an egoist is doing what interests them doesn't mean that their interest can't be aimed beneficially toward others. Personally, I find happiness in helping others. Although the interest of mine isn't exactly benefiting me, I still express my interests through my acts of kindness. Even if all of my interests were aimed toward my own benefit, my actions and success could model a new lifestyle or standpoint for others as well. According to Robert Shaver of Stanford University, some behavior does not seem to be explained by self-regarding desires. Although these actions may not seem like they benefit the individual, the unseen psychological effects are what matters. Like a soldier choosing to lay on a grenade, we sometimes have interest in doing right rather than interest in self-benefit, in turn helping, or in the soldier scenario, saving others. So let's review the important topics of this discussion on egoism. Throughout this presentation, I've made clear the benefits of egoism in society, those being how egoism increases one's motivation to better himself or herself, the benefits of an egoistic world, and how egoism can sometimes benefit others rather than yourself. It was in your best interest to keep your ears open during this presentation, though I could care less. And for those of you who did, you now know the many positive outcomes that can be associated with a seemingly selfish mind.